And welcome back at 7:30. Good Saturday morning to you. I'm Maddie Kurth, and you'll want to take advantage of the weather this weekend to get prepared for what's coming. The National Weather Service issues a winter storm watch from late Monday night through Tuesday evening. We've got Hannah Gard here in the studio with your first alert. Hannah, you're used to this cold.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean it feels any less cold. So we're definitely going to be dealing with some big changes, especially over the next 24 hours temperature-wise, and then as we head into next week, we're looking at a high-impact winter storm. So giving you the first alert now because we want you to prepare this weekend before these hazards get here. We're looking at multiple hard freezes through next week, and then that winter storm threat will fall Monday night into Tuesday. So we have a winter storm watch in effect now. That's this darker blue for northern tier and areas south of the lake. That is going to be for that winter storm Monday night through Tuesday. We could see snow accumulation, especially north of I-12, and then ice accumulation farther down to the south. Both of those will be impactful, but where the line falls between ice and snow will also be important because we know ice can cause really big problems on our bridges out there and roadways. Then we have a cold weather advisory. That's hard freeze. This lighter blue, that's for the entire area, but the northern tier is where we have pipe freeze conditions starting tomorrow night, and then that will last through Thursday morning. But the cold weather advisory is all the way down to the southern coastal areas because we also could see really dangerous wind chills. So we do want you to heed this and make sure you have a way to stay safe from the cold weather as we head into really tomorrow. Starting tomorrow night, we're going to see those changes. But here's the winter storm details. I know we're really wondering about the snow and who's going to see accumulating snowfall. The greatest chance for that is in this white here, where you have that darker white. That's where I think we could see a couple inches of snowfall or more. The models are still not fully agreeing on how much snow we're going to see and where that corridor is, but I think it's most likely to the north of I-12. But we could see the snow mixing down farther to the south as well. It doesn't mean that we won't see some snow flurries in Metro New Orleans, but it's more likely that we see ice on the southern tier, and that's going to be huge problems for travel, especially if we see freezing rain in there. Down to the south in the coastal areas, the reason you're not included in the winter storm watch is because it's most likely going to be rain. We'll see a transition point where we could have some wintry mix, but it's going to be really hard to get that freezing precip that far to the south. So with the winter storm threat, the impacts are likely. This is looking more and more likely as we see consistent model runs. It's just going to be where we see the certain types of precip. And we have a Gulf low that's forming that's going to pump the moisture into this system, and that's why we're going to see the winter weather. So shifts in the location of that Gulf low are going to influence the precip type. So how far to the north that falls, and then where the freezing line is too. Travel next week. Significant travel impacts starting Monday night region-wide, so you really want to make sure you are off the roadways for Tuesday, and that can linger into Wednesday morning because we're going to struggle to get above freezing through midweek. Hard freeze conditions, multiple hard freezes all the way through next week for our northern tier, and again, we're going to see those dangerous wind chills. So freeze preps for that. People, pets, plants, all protected and indoors if you can. And then pipes. You want to wrap those pipes starting this weekend because Sunday night on the northern tier will be the first night of that freeze. So do it today if you really don't want to do it in the cold because we're going to cool down significantly by tomorrow. But the winter storm will get here until Monday night into Tuesday, lasting to Wednesday. So you do have a couple of days to get all those preps done. Travel disruptions definitely possible, so make sure you download our weather app. On water vapor, what we're seeing right now is this low pressure system. That's the swirl here ahead of the winter Arctic air. That's this kind of U shape digging down from the north. And along with that low pressure system, we are seeing some rain, and we're still on the warmer side of it in the 60s. So you've had a downpour or two out in Kenner, in New Orleans, down to the south, also seeing a little bit of rainfall. Not really seeing any storms anymore. You could see a lightning strike or a rumble of thunder, especially in the afternoon when we start to see reds popping on the forecast modeling, but it's mostly just going to be rain. That does push out by the evening. Things are drying out and really significantly cooling down. That cold air is coming in for Monday into Tuesday, and we're going to see the winter weather start as a low forms down to the south Monday night. This is just the beginning when we start to see that wintry mix, and we'll have to closely watch who's going to see what as it gets a little bit closer. But here's today, low 70s, tomorrow 46. So get those cold weather preps in place. Really today, if you do not like to have the jacket on while you're outside doing all of that work, we'll be stuck in the 30s starting Monday. Tuesday, struggling to get out of freezing. And Wednesday will be the coldest morning, 18 on the North Shore, 26 to the south, which is at hard freeze. So again, on the South Shore, if you want to wrap those pipes, especially if you have a raised building today while it's still warm, I would do that as a precautionary measure because I do think we could see that hard freeze.
Yeah, you know, Hannah, I can't believe we've made it this far in the show too without saying welcome back. We've got Hannah back on the weekend. Much different temperature switch from where you were.
Yeah, missing the beach a little bit, but at least we have something interesting to track here. This is going to be a huge change. And I know a lot of people here do not like the cold. I've been kind of polling the Facebook followers. Do we like the snow? Do we not like the snow? Getting very mixed messages, but we all got to be prepared.
Kids will love it, of course.
Yeah, if we get enough snow accumulation to make a snowman, that'll be a sight to see.
That'll be good. All right, thanks, Hannah. All right, turn it